Hello everyone, my name is Robert Manns, and this is my presentation on the ecology of Kamiak Butte. In this presentation, I will discuss continental drift and the geologic foundations of Kamiak Butte, the climate of Kamiak Butte, the biome Kamiak Butte is located in, field data results, and carbon sequestration. Let's get started. 50 million years ago, eastern Washington was located on the west coast of the United States. Due to plate tectonics and lava flows from the Yellowstone caldera, the continental plate was pushed westward. Subduction zones along the west coast of the United States also helped push this land. The Juan de Fuca plate subducting under the North American continental plate is responsible for building the Cascade Mountain Range. Around 17 to 14 million years ago, the Palouse region was covered in a vast sea of basalt floods. These floods did not reach Kamiak Butte or surrounding buttes due to their higher elevation. Because these basalt flows do not reach the butte, the foundation of Kamiak Butte is quartzite, which was once sandstone. Kamiak Butte was one of the lone standing areas left untouched in a sea of lava. These basalt flows covered a vast portion of eastern Washington, which is now referred to as the Scablands. These channeled scablands played a big role in future Ice Age floods, which were the last prehistoric events to occur, giving this region its distinct characteristics. The last Ice Age occurred 2.6 million years ago, covering parts of the northern United States and glaciers. Around 18,000 years ago, the Earth started to warm, melting these glaciers and creating massive lakes. Glacial Lake Missoula was one of those lakes. Glacial Lake Missoula would often break ice dams, flooding eastern Washington with tremendous amounts of water. This may have happened upwards of 100 times, eroding and carving the land each and every time. The water would flow down the Columbia River Gorge and exit via the Pacific Ocean. Climate is the long-term weather of a given area. Climate is determined by temperature, precipitation, air masses, and topography. This graph shows average temperature and precipitation on Kamiak Butte dating back to the late 1800s. The average yearly low is 47 degrees Fahrenheit, while the high is 81 degrees Fahrenheit. The average temperature in the summer goes up while precipitation drops. Temperatures drop in the winter months, but precipitation rises as it snows. Kamiak Butte is affected by both marine polar air and continental polar air. It is mostly affected by the marine polar air due to the rain shadow effect put on by the Cascade Range. The rain shadow effect occurs when mountains act as a physical barrier blocking moisture. The Pacific Ocean brings in a lot of moisture, but eastern Washington is a desert because of the physical barrier of the Cascades. The four main features of topography are elevation, aspect, slope inclination, and landform. Elevation is how high an area is relative to sea level. The elevation at Kamiak Butte is 3,641 feet. Aspect is which direction the face of the landform is at in relation to a compass. Slope inclination is how steep an area is, and the landform is the physical features of the area. As you can see in the picture, the north aspect of Kamiak Butte is full of trees, while the south aspect is more bare. Kamiak Butte is located in the North America Western Interior Shrublands and Woodlands biome. This biome can be found in Alaska and Mexico. The main characteristics of this biome are the scattered shrubland areas along with the forested areas. Although it is similar to the western interior evergreen forests, those forests do not occur in areas where there is vast deserts. Human activity on the Palouse is seen everywhere as we are taking advantage of the rich, lush soil. Only 1% of the native vegetation remains on the Palouse, which is found in the eyebrows of the hills where agriculture is not viable. Due to the area's heavy winds, humans have also started to construct windmills to harvest renewable energy. The north-facing aspect on Kamiak Butte has a variety of trees, shrubs, and different plants. The north aspect is protected from the sun and wind, leaving it as a perfect habitat for all plants to succeed in. If we were to scale up to an acre from our 1/20th of an acre plot, we would expect to see 130 trees per acre, with 93 Douglas firs, 19 western larks, and 19 ponderosa pines. The south-facing aspect on Kamiak Butte is exposed to almost constant solar radiation throughout the year and heavy winds. Because of these two factors, it is hard for plants to grow if they can even grow at all. You will find some small shrubs and trees, but mostly just grasses. If we were to upscale our 1/20th of an acre plot to an acre, we would find 35 trees with an average height of 71 feet compared to the 112 feet on the north aspect. Carbon sequestration is the process of plants taking in carbon from the atmosphere and storing it in their roots or other structures. Using special tools and techniques, we were able to find out exactly how much carbon is sequestered in the trees on Kamiak Butte. 1,299,678 pounds of carbon is sequestered on the north aspect, with only 49,709 pounds on the south aspect. It is important to be able to know these numbers in order to figure out the impact trees have on combating carbon emissions and climate change.